Hey, congrats, congrats. Oh my God. I don't think anybody else is here yet. Okay. Oh, am I ready for tonight? Hi, Ella Boto. It's always a party when you're here, love. Always a party. Okay. Hey, corporate. Am I ready for tonight? No, not at all. Exciting news, guys. I got two online assessments to work on and study for. Two of them. Oh, Alaboto. I'm glad, I'm glad. Let me take one for you. Sorry, guys. Hold on. I'm finishing up something I got from Japan. It's so good. I'll show you guys in a second, but let me finish it. No. So they had this grape, muscat grape konjac jelly. It's so good. I'm really sad we couldn't bring more back. It was so like inexpensive too. One of the few things that we were able to buy there with Baby Bunny grabbing everything. And the only reason we were able to buy it was because there were samples and she loves samples, you know? She loves samples. So it appeased her. So she was busy eating the samples. So I was able to shop at that moment in time. It's like better texture jello. I don't know how to and it's natural. So it's from I can't remember if it's from a root vegetable or seaweed that like solidifies it. But like yeah, it's not gelatin. It's like it's similar to agar, I think, the texture. So there's a bit more bite than like with jello. Okay. I just ate some hair. Okay. But yeah. So it's this. It's like this tiny little thing. It's muscat grape flavored and it's so good. Again, really sad. Couldn't bring back more. But honestly, like, I don't think I realized how much I would like it. So we didn't buy that much, and it was heavy too. Like, it came in a bag like this, and I think it was like $5 or something after the exchange rate. Okay, so we are doing Leetcode tonight. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna start off with a focus mode. I'm gonna start off with a focus mode and then read through the problem and figure this out. Hold on. Okay. Sliding windows. I'm gonna hit a focus mode and I will. Hi, Song. Welcome in. My background is I am self-taught. I was a figure skating coach at first, moved, was planning on continuing coaching. COVID happened, got a office job, and it was just it was an interesting, they could not decide what position I would do, and yeah, so it was also very monotonous work. So I figured out that I need something creative, and guess what? I think coding is super creative. So here I am. I also have a kid that I had literally decided to start learning coding and also decided to have a kid at the same time. So it's been a wild ride. It's been such a wild ride. But okay. I'm going to I know how to speak. No, I don't. I'm going to do a focus mode really quick, read through this problem, and then see how much I can hash out in pseudocode. Okay, be right back. Given an integer array nums and an integer k, return true if there are two distinct indices I and j in the array such that nums I equals num j and the absolute of I, j is less than or equal to k. So given an integer array, there are two distinct indices. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so it doesn't matter if... So first and foremost, it doesn't matter how many times it shows up. As long as there is one time, then we know that it is true. Although, why is there... Oh no, it can only show up one time. Sorry. It can only... wait. Hold on. Okay, let me copy this and we're gonna paste it here just so... Because I think I'm a little bit... Okay, so given an integer array, nums, return true if there are two distinct indices so that nums I equals nums j. Okay, so If there's repeat numbers, okay, so has to be repeat numbers. And then I am so confused. Wait a second. If, let's say here, okay, so we have index 0. Oh, the index. Oh my gosh. The index. The index. Okay. So question is asking if the numbers at I and J are the same, and the absolute difference of I and J, the numbers at I and J index. Yes, I know. I'm just literally rewriting what the question's asking, but so I understand. So is less than or equal to K. So first and foremost, what we're gonna do okay, so first and foremost, what we're gonna do is we would want to count, right? So first thing we know is if they are all unique values, it'll return false. Okay, so that first we know that. Constraints. So numbers length, so it can be the length of 105. Numbers I can be 109 through 109, but we don't even care about I or numbers I. We don't even care what that equals. We just know that the okay, so numbers length. We also know if the number length is 1, which returns false. So we also know that the number's length is 1, we would return false. So I feel like, so let's say we have so we also, let's start with 1, 0. Okay, so we know nums. Actually, let's start with 1, 1. That is the first true. So we know that there are if we have 1, we know that there's a count of 2, right? So would I save the question is, would I save the... Okay. I think I'm overthinking this because I already know, like, sliding windows, I always overcomplicate it. So I'm trying to think simply, but then I'm having a hard time visualizing it. So I have 1, and then I have the index 0 and 1. So... Okay, I'm actually... Hold on, guys. Sorry, guys. I don't even know why I'm apologizing to you guys. Doesn't matter what you guys think. This is for me. This is for me. Okay. So let's say we have this. So we have I equals 0 and j equals 1. We have false. Okay, so I equals 0, j equals 2. So that is true. Not same. Actually, we're just gonna do false. Okay, so that is 0 minus 2 equals 2. So absolute. So that's false. So we know, okay, so we know basically that this sliding window is false. So we don't want to keep going up with J. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait. We don't want to keep going up with J because that'll just keep, the difference will just keep getting bigger. So we want to assign J to the new I. So I would become 2, and then J would equal 3. And if Turing is in here, I can't see because I'm focused, but if Turing is in here, am I doing this correct? Am I doing this correct? Absolute minus 3. And that would equal 1. So that would be true. Okay. So how do I write this into code now? Okay, I'm gonna test it with another one. Let's test it with this one. So this is... difference is greater than K. Or sorry. So yeah, difference is greater than K, and that's why we would want to do that. So then let's say we have this one. Also, is it me or is the music really loud right now? Oh, I guess it's because my headphones are really loud. Okay, and I think it was because I was listening to streams earlier. Okay, so we have I equals 0, J equals 1. So are they the same? False. Okay, so I equals 0, J equals 2. Are they the same? False. I equals 0, J equals 3. Are they the same? So they are true. So then the absolute of... I mean, I guess I could just do 3 minus 1 instead. So it would be j minus 1 instead of 0 minus 1. But 0 minus 3, but whatever. Equals 3. Okay. So if that is the case, less than or equal to, we would know right away that it was true. So we would return it. So basically, if we get to one where it matches... Oh, wait. Sorry. I skipped like 3 steps. So I equals 1. Wait, I skipped like 3 steps. I equals 1. J equals 2. So it would be the next one up. So I would equal 1, the next index. But that seems redundant because we know that... Okay, you know what? Doesn't matter. Get it working first, then clean it up later. Okay, I equals 1, j equals... So they're not the same, so this would be false, right? But I also think... Can I do a count? So basically, if the count is 0, or if count is less than 2, then disregard. I can see like chat going off right now. Okay, get it working first. Why am I trying to complicate this? Okay, get it working first. Get it working first. So then I have I equals 1, j equals 3. So that's also false. So then we're gonna have I equals 2, j equals 3. And then absolute. Okay, I get how it works. Writing it in code now. Let's... Holy moly. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. Hi, Twinkie! English only, Apply. Hi, how long? I know. How long has it been since we talked? Hi, Erin. I sound Canadian. Hi, Guppy. How are you? Thanks so much for the follow, FPS or FP Soju. Sounding Canadian. English only, please. Nice, Shinoi! As a self. At the same time you're starting. Oh! Congratulations, Apply. So you got a job as a software and... Oh, dang. My baby's already awake. Mother effing. Okay, hold on. Thanks so much for the subscription on YouTube, Cakinfix. Thanks for the follow, Apply. Thanks, Song. Okay. Okay, guys. Yeah, I'm not okay. Here's the thing about mentorship. My camera went funky, didn't it? Okay, so okay, be right back. She's not going back to sleep. Okay. Be right back, guys. Be right back. Okay, so here's my stance on, oh wait, I'm still not back. Okay, here's my stance on like mentorship and like people giving advice and whatnot for programming. I am not against it. Ugh, dang it, I turned on the AI. I wish there was some way that I could just turn the camera following off. Okay, but I am not against people trying to help. However, at the same time, my mind has kind of gotten really good at filtering to listen to people that I have built rapport with. Again, I understand there is a lot of people who know way more than I do in coding, right? And I get that I have a lot to learn. However, everyone has their own opinions on what the best approach is. And unfortunately, as a streamer, sometimes there can be a lot of opinions that are coming my way. So it's not that I do not respect your opinion. It's more, I probably will not take the advice right, like, because it's, again, I need to have some way of filtering all the advice that is coming towards me. So if you make a good point and everyone backs you up, okay, that's fine. I will look into it. But again, everyone has such strong opinions, and I have mentors that I really, really trust and I look up to, and like I for my sanity, I need to filter out. Yeah. um yeah, so it's because for all of you guys who have been with my stream and my community for a while, you guys know there are some very enthusiastic people, and I am so appreciative of that enthusiasm. However, there are times that it's almost too enthusiastic and it doesn't allow room for me to learn. So just a heads up, since I did see somebody post or chat that they would love to give me tips on everything. It's not that I don't want to tips, it's more I need to personally have my own filter so that I am not overwhelmed with all of the tips. What's up, Elaboto? Okay, so we have these two. So now I want to write it out. So start at first index and J. Index. Keep adding second one while true false. Start at I. If false, if not equal, add 1 to J. Sounds good, Aptly. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna hit another focus mode. My kid is lying awake with her eyes open right now. A very interesting bot. Why would I guess I'm not why would you think that Aptly is a bot? Out of curiosity. Wait, what? Okay. Anyways, if not equal, add 1 to J. Check if if numbers are equal at those x's. Need to add 1 to J. Continue. They are not. Okay. If numbers are equal at the same indices, I guess indices would be the correct term, right? Indices. Okay. Check absolute J minus I if less than K. Return true. If greater. Hi, Pure Sizzle. I'm just trying again, Aptly English only. I understand you're learning English, but I don't understand. I don't understand Spanish and I can't verify what you're saying. So I will have to time you out if you continue to speak in another language besides English. Hi, Pure Sizzle. I think I said that already. Am I in focus mode? No, I am not. Hello, Purple. Um, Thanks for the hydrate, Ella or Ela Boto. I don't know. I'm just butchering names tonight. Okay, so if greater than long E or short E. So like Ela or Ella. Hi, OS. Welcome in. Ela. Okay, Ela. I will try to remember that. Apologies if I do not. Okay, so if greater than K. Okay, if greater than K. Reassign I to I plus 1 and J to J plus 1. Check. Okay, so oh, Aptly, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate it so much. Hi, Shiv. Thanks, Aptly. I appreciate it. Ah, congrats, OS. How exciting. Hi, Adam. I didn't say that you were a bot. Pure Sizzle, I've been streaming the past 2 weeks. I streamed like 3 days last week, and I've streamed, yeah, I've done a bunch of streaming, and we're going to be, I'm going to be studying Leetcode for the next 3 days, and then I have 2 online assessments that I have to take and hopefully not bomb. Yeah, like hopefully not bomb it because that's been on par with what I've been doing with my online assessments. Aw, thanks for. I'm glad that you find it wholesome. I would like to keep my stream wholesome. Yeah, I that is the vibe I'm going for. Cozy and wholesome. Corporate, thanks so much for subbing with Twitch Prime. I appreciate it. Aptly, that's fine. Like, you can hang out here and learn some English. I don't know how much you will learn since I can barely speak English, and technically English was my second language, but I don't remember my first language anymore, so go figure. Oh, Pure Sizzle! Thanks so much for subbing. I appreciate that. Will do fine. Leetcode is all the hard stuff. Yeah, no, I bombed. I bombed my actually I think it was only 2 online assessments. Yeah, it was only 2 online assessments and a mock interview. But either way, I bombed those. They were so bad. Like I sat there and I froze and I was just like, I don't know. I don't know. Sounds good, Aptly. No, you gotta code. You gotta code. Well, you don't have to code, but you should code if that is your plan. I don't want to be a distraction. Okay, but I'm going to hit another focus mode and let's try and get this out. Let's try and get this problem out. Okay, so did not just look at chat. Yes, I did, but okay. Okay. So Python, we are doing Python. So we are going to do, what am I doing? So oh, we also have to do the edge cases. So the edge cases were if length of nums is equal to 1, or length of set nums equals length of nums, turn false. Okay, so we know that much. Now we have for I in length of nums, length of nums, I don't know why I just deleted that. So we know I, so j equals I plus 1. So then if nums I equals nums j, if nums I equals num j, oh, no. While nums I does not equal nums j, and j is less than the length of nums. I feel like we should do... Okay, no, I'm overthinking again. Refactor after I get it to work. Refactor after I get it to work. Okay, well, nums I does not equal, and j is less than the length of nums. We're gonna do j plus equals 1. Okay, and then we're gonna continue on. If nums I equals nums j, if absolute j minus I is less than or equal, wow, k, return true. Oh, wait. Hold on. So we need this to continue to loop. Oh, no, 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 no. Because if it... And then we don't need any of that. I think. I think. Okay, let's just test really quickly. Okay, hold on. 1. And then we're going to return false. While, hold on. Okay, hold on. List index is out of range. Length of numbers. So let's say length of numbers is 3. If j is less than or equal to, no, it has to be less than. Hold on, what? Okay, give me a second. So length is 3, right? So I equals 1 or 0. J equals 1, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Sorry. 4. This is a silly mistake, I know. And I need to figure out what is going on. Oh, I know why. This needs to be first. This needs to be first. There we go. Index is out of range. Okay, so something happened with my code. It's right here. I'm pretty sure. Let's figure out. We're gonna copy this and then we're going to walk through this right now. Okay, so if length of nums equals 1, so that is false. Um, so for range, for I in range, length of numbers -1. -1, right? -1. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Because that would be 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Hold on, guys. So let's write out what is happening right here. So we have for I in range of length, so I would equal 0. J would equal 1. So are the numbers equal? No. So J is less than, so length, so length equals 4. Okay. So J would equal, something's off right here. I know that I went wrong right here, but so J would equal 1. So J is less than 3. Okay, that's fine. So J is less than 3. And then the numbers 1 and 0 does not equal. They don't equal each other. So J would now become 2. So we come back here. 2 is less than 3. And then number 1 and 1. So they are the same. So we would not do this. So then if J is less than 1, which it is, J equals 2, and numbers 0 equals K equals 1. So we have this. So we would have absolute. Did I? No, I didn't type it wrong. So absolute. So that's 2. Oh, 2 minus 0. So we end that. So then, or this doesn't happen. So then we should go back up where I equals 1 now. And J equals 2. J equals I plus 1. Okay. So 1, 2. So then we're going to have J equals 3. Does not work. Oh, I think this needs to be 2. Zero, 3. That's J equals. J is less than length of nums 2 and so that does not equal. So then we're going to have I equals 2, J equals 3. So we're not going to worry about this. So J, and then we wouldn't even have to worry about that one now. Because this error out of range. So if that is print I, print J. Zero, 2, 1, 2. So J is 4. Okay, no, I do need this. Hold on. Oh my god. Okay. Sliding windows. Ela, right now only at night. Rython, yes, that is Excalibur. Oh my gosh. Okay, so hold on. Got it. No, I got it. If so it does have to be -1. So I was talking about that earlier. It does have to be -1 because if I is the last number anyways, there's no more sliding window. So it has to be 1 or -1 because it always has to end the one before. Okay, got it. Got it. And then I shouldn't need this. Yeah, because okay, yes. That should resolve some of it. Runtime error. Oh. Range ints. I know syntax. So we have 0. We have 0, and then this doesn't work. Then we have 2. Then this one doesn't actually... There we go. Okay. Yeah. Because it was a mistake up here. Okay. equals 2. I'm looking for other test cases. uh, Nobody has any test cases. Okay. Why has nobody posted test cases? Usually somebody posts test cases. Eh. Okay, check this test case before solving. Okay. Adam, I agree. I agree. Okay, hold on. Wow. I'm definitely just focused right now. False is not defined. Wait, the name false is not defined. What did I just do? Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Um, I wouldn't call myself. Was taking this must be a sign to get back to it. Oh my gosh, I know. I haven't done Leetcode in so long, and oh, that's right. That's right. I should here. I usually do this for in loop through an array on its own. I like to use foods, taking it dirty, cleaning it, exploring it, turning it into. Okay, hold on. Think. Wow, wow, wow. I'm thinking about going into machine learning after 2 years. Yeah, go for it, Hansoi. Yeah, sliding windows and me don't get along. Raytheon. Hi, Turing. Work went a bit weird. What do you mean? Why am I trying to only... Thanks for the follow, Uramis. I have not. That's a good idea, Ela. Oh my goodness. Thanks so much for the follow on Kiat and Chilaquilas. Hi guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm not looking at Discord right now. Okay. Okay, guys. I know what I'm doing. No, I don't. I haven't streamed Leetcode in so long, guys. I don't remember what I'm doing at all. At all. Okay. 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 So. Okay, we're just gonna go for it. I'm pretty sure it looks like people are getting time limit exceeded. So I have a feeling I'm going to get time limit exceeded, but let me actually, that was a good idea. To ask. Let's see. Test case parameter. Dictionaries. Thanks so much for the follow, Dracia. Yeah, I was thinking about using a dictionary. However, I was also thinking, okay, well, basically I was thinking about using dictionary to count, and then if anything that was less than 2 or less than or equal to 1, we just skip and then continue on. So that was my original thought. But I just wanted to get it working first before I started getting into way too. Oh wait. Well, AI just gave me the answer as well. I asked for a stress test, and then it gave me the answer. But I can, okay. But I can actually understand. So I can walk through and I can explain the answer. So I do understand the answer. So I will go through this really quick. And I can explain why this works. Anti-AI. Okay, so basically they're creating a set. And the reason why this works is because earlier I figured it out too, where we had right here, the absolute difference was, so 0 and 2, we knew that, hold on. Yes. Okay, so earlier we knew that we figured out that, okay, if we have the same number and it's greater than k, we're not going to keep going down that that the array, because the difference is only going to get larger. So basically, once we found the same once we found the same numbers in the indexes, and the difference was larger than k, we stopped moving forwards with that window. Okay, and then so here we have the set. So this takes into account the fact that what we see, and then it'll also have the length. So basically the length of the sets as well. If we have, hold on. Okay, no, never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. Scene add. Okay, I'm gonna delete this. We're going to stop this. I'm going to add something. Okay, hold on, guys. Yeah, there's a lot of text going on, guys. Yeah, there's a lot of text going on. I can't keep up. Okay, I'm going to hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm gonna hit a focus mode. Chat is going too fast for me tonight. My brain is, I can't keep up, guys. I can't keep up. I'm already gonna let you guys know we're we're not going to be the best chatters, aka me. I'm not going to be the best chatter tonight. Okay. Okay, be right back, guys. Sounds good, Turing. Okay. Oh. Okay, so current. Length. Hold on, what? Numbers. Okay, so the way that Chat GPT had it was basically they kept so they kept the window to K. Which makes sense because if it's greater than K, why am I even checking it? Why am I checking 1 versus... Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, no, that I get that. Okay. So I get that. Let's see if I can write this out now. so let's say we have 1, 2, 3, 1. And then k equals 3. So we're gonna do the set, not in the for loop. So we have for I in range of length of numbers. Perfect. So if numbers 0, so I equals 0. Okay. So we're gonna say x equals 1. And then the set equals, and that's empty right now. Okay, so that's empty right now. So is it seen? No. So we are going to add scene 1. Add nums. Yeah, so we're going to add scene 1. So then we're now going to check the length of scenes. I'm also going to, we're going to check the length of scene. So if length of scene is greater than k, we're going to remove something. But since this is not, length equals 1, we're going to keep moving on. So now we go back up, and then I equals 1, so x equals 2. And it's not in scene, so we would add scene the length equals 2. It is not greater than 3, so we're gonna loop back up. So I would equal 2 now, x equals to 3. And then it's not in scene, so we're gonna add scene 3. Okay, and then length is now 3. So if length is greater than k, which it is not, so now we're going to go I equals 3, x equals 1. So it is in scene, and then we return true because the window is 3. And the difference of 0 and 3 is 3. And it's less than or equal to. Okay, so I have that. I understand that. And then it returns true. Okay, so now we want the false one, because I want to talk about removing stuff. Okay, so we have scene equals, and then so we have I equals 0, x equals 1. It is not in scene, so scene equals 1, length equals 1. It's not greater than k, so I equals 1, x equals 2. 2 is not in scene, so we're going to equal 1, 2. So now we have the length equals 2. So I equals 2, x equals 3. And then this is where it gets a little bit funky, because now x, so this is not in scene. So scene equals 1, 2, 3. Now the length is greater than 2. So length, so we're here now. So if length is greater than 2, which it is, we're going to remove so we want to remove the index, remove nums, and then the index would be, right now we're at index 2 minus 2, which equals 0, which would be 1, which x equals 1. So we would remove 1. So now our scene equals 2, 3, length equals 2. So we go back up to here now, and we have I equals 3, x equals 1. It is not in, so it's not in the set anymore. So we're gonna do scene equals 1, 2, 3. Length is now 3 again. We're going to remove nums. And then this one is I is 3. So 3 minus 2. Okay, and then that would be sorry. 1. Sorry. Wow. Can't type. 2. And then so that would be 1. So nums 1, which means I would remove 2 from, so this is scene, and we're going to do 1, 3, and then length becomes 2 again, and then we keep k at 2, and then so now we're at I equals, so we start this over again. So now we're at I equals 4, which means x equals 2, and then 2 is not in it, and it cycles through. So let's say that this is 3. Oh my gosh. That's Sim. Hi. Been a while. Hope you're doing well. Okay. Hi, Misty. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my goodness. Coding with strangers. Hold on. I just got 2 raids. Thank you guys. I think I may have been focused this entire time. With dictionaries, you can change strategy interviews like the hash maps or diction. Slow mode never the answer. Yeah, you guys can chat. Hi, Ashley. How are you? What it do? Why don't you use an ID to... I'm doing it this way because Turing taught me this way, and I feel like it helps me understand things so much more when I walk through it like that. I never code bugs. Bugs are slimy. Bet simp. Well, I haven't done Leetcode in a while, so I've been doing my a lot of data engineering. However, well, I guess not data engineering yet. I've been learning how to like do the data analysis and like although I kind of knew that already too because I took data science before, but basically I am going down the data engineer track. However, I have 2 online assessments this week and I am very sorely out of practice for Leetcode. So, yeah. No coding. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to completely just zone. Okay. But guys, okay, I get this. I understand this. So, I'm going to write this out and then we're going to try and do another sliding windows and see if I can't approach it similarly because I know sliding windows are a huge weakness of me. Given time, I know I can figure out linked lists and trees. Again, given time. Sliding windows just they slide out of my fingers. They slide out of my grasp. Oh my goodness. But coding, how are you? How have you been? I have been grinding so much for data engineering and one of these days I will reach out to you and ask for a referral. However, we're gonna see where these online assessments go this week because I'm a little bit nervous. I am very nervous. It's shorter than your monitor stand? Oh no! Also, hydrate guys. Okay, so I understand and I'm not going to look. So we have the scene which equals set, right? And then we're going to just loop through. So we're going to loop through the range. So we only have to loop through once. Okay, so loop through the range. So we're going to length of range or range of length. Okay, so we know for I in range of length nums, and we don't even have to worry about J in this point because, again, the window will always only be as big as K, which makes so much sense now that I know that. Is it cutting in and out? It's never code? Okay. Okay, so so we know basically if length of scene is greater than K. So if the window is bigger than K, we need to remove the it's not the first element put in, but the smallest, the we need to, if the window is bigger than K, we need to remove the value at the smallest window or smallest index in the window. Hi, C. I'm doing okay. How are you? Okay, so if the window is bigger than k, we need to remove the value at the smallest index of the window, which would be the current index is the current index which is the current index I we are at minus k. Also, I know the code. I'm just writing this out so I can remember, like, to, like, drill it into my head more. Hi, coding. Yeah, I have 2 online assessments. Oh, did you hear back from Airbnb? Did you hear back yet? Okay, I'm so out of practice for Leetcode. So out of practice. Okay, so if length, which is minus k, smallest index in the window. Yeah. So if length is greater than scene, we want to do scene dot remove, and then that would be, I'm going to just do this, so I know I don't need it, but equals I minus k. Did you get in? Did you get an invite? Okay. Scene nums. Scene remove. Remove, right? Remove? Hold on, let me see. Yeah, remove. Congrats! Good luck! Good luck, good luck, good luck. Okay, so scene remove. Okay, then that would bring this back up and then make the window the same size. So from there, we want if nums I is not in scene, if nums I is not in scene, add to scene. So we want to do scene dot add nums I, right? Okay, so now if nums I is in scene, we know window is less than or equal to k. I don't know why okay. I don't know why I just did that. Okay. Here. If in scene we're going to return true. Else okay. Am I gonna submit this? Do I have to worry about the edge cases? I guess not, since we're only looping through it once. So... yeah, if we're only looping through it once, it doesn't matter. Okay, so that's O of N anyways. Okay. When are you going to take the online assessment? Okay, we're gonna hit submit. Hey, not very fast, but you know what? That's fine. Totally fine. I'm okay with that. Okay, so sliding window contains duplicate. Good luck, good luck. I know. I'm gonna take it later this week too. I'm just studying because oh my gosh. So stressed out. Nice. Good luck, good luck. Okay. So let's. Okay, so you're given an integer. So let's clear this. Reset canvas, confirm. Excalidraw. Okay, you're given an integer nums consisting of n elements and an integer of k. Find a contiguous subarray whose length is equal to k that has the maximum average value and return this value. What? Oh no. Okay. Any answer with a calculation error less than 10 to the negative fifth will be accepted. Do I want to do this problem? Oh, maximum average. What? So maximum average. Okay. Whose length is equal to k has a maximum average value. Oh, wait. I know this. Turing, I know this. We've done so many of these together. I know this. Okay. I'm probably gonna stumble through it, but I know this because we're going to, I'm just gonna speak it really quickly. So basically we have a sliding window. Oh my god, my camera again. We have a sliding window, or we have a window size, a specific window size, and we want to find that maximum array, that maximum value. So we're going to save the maximum value, then we're going to go to the next one If it's not the same, if it's not more than, we're going to keep that one, and then we're going to move on to the next, and then the next. And then if we get a one that is greater than, then we reassign the maximum value, and then we can keep going. Right? Is that the gist of it? Yeah, so thanks, Turing. Yeah, sorry. But like the maximum value. Value meaning the mean or the average. But when I said maximum value, I meant like the maximum of whatever value we found. But okay. I can do this. I can do this, guys. I can do this. Okay, so hi, Elsa, Marian, and Mohanta. I'm so sorry for butchering your guys' names. It's so bad. It's so bad. But welcome in. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm gonna hit a focus mode. I will be back. Night, Ela. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you got some coding done. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Bye. Okay, I'm gonna hit a focus mode. I will be back. I can do this. I can do this. I believe in myself. I can do this. Okay, so you're given an integer array of n elements. How would we find the... So I know we are given the window size. So no matter what, we know the window size. And how to calculate that. So I'm overthinking that right now. So we're given the window size. Find the average value of that window. Ooh, hold on. I can't even have... Oh, maximum value can be none at first. So, val will be none for sliding through array. First, okay, and then first window assign value to variable. Okay, so then we're going to slide to the next one. To next window. Next for loop. So slice, would we do a slice is the question? I don't think so. Actually, no, we might do a slice. Okay. Next iteration in for loop. And we also have to double check. Okay, so something important is need to check in for when iterating that index plus window size is not greater than length of array. Okay. Next iteration for loop. Find average. If average val is greater than max average val, reassign. If average val is greater than max average val, reassign. And then we continue on. Okay, so we have it in plain English. A little bit chaotic, but I understand it. Now let's do it in pseudocode. So we are given a window size. So here's the example. So we're given a window size, right? So we know that the first window, so we know max val is currently equal to none. We know that much at first because we don't have a max value yet. Okay, what are the constraints as well? So num n equals num's length. K is always going to be greater or equal than to 1, which is n is going to be greater or equal to k. So between 1, basically. Between 1. Okay, so 1 and whatever. I think that was 10,000. 100,000. Okay, so max value. So we are going to do for index or loop. I through range length nums, right? So if I plus if length nums or if difference of length of nums and I is less than k, we would return max value. Okay, so if the difference of length of nums and I is less than k, because basically we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 5. So let's say we are at 5. 1. I can do math. I can do math, guys. So we're at 3. No, that's 2, 5. So 2, 5. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. A window. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, 1, 2. Okay, no, that doesn't work. Just kidding. So if, because that's 5 minus 2. Okay. Minus 1. Because basically, if we're at 3 minus 5, that's 2. Yeah, so we would return the max value. Because that tells us right there that... Oh, I guess this could be at the end. No, that can just be at the end. We don't have to check that in the beginning because if we're here and we have K, because this is 1, 4. Okay, yeah, so we don't even have to do that in the beginning. We can do it at the end because basically this would be 2. So 5 minus 2 is 3. It's less than 4, which means we would return the max value because the next time would be, that's not a big enough window anyways. Okay, so we have that at the end. Now we need to loop I through range. And then we're going to find the average, which would be average would equal I'm just thinking about like pandas and NumPy right now, and I'm just like, oh, can't I just do mean? But no, I can't just do that in okay. Can I? Hold on. I'm second guessing myself now. Or pandas. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there is no, okay, just kidding. Just kidding. Oh, okay, so statistics. But I don't need statistics. So we're going to just, I mean, I guess I could import from statistics, import mean. No. We'll do it the non data way. Okay, so we're gonna do some of nums I okay, how do steps work again? Slices, not steps. Slices. Slices. I know how slices work. Start, stop, step. So it would be I plus 4, I plus 4, I plus 3. index where you want exclusive. I plus 4. So if it's 0 plus 4. So if it's 0 plus 4. Or I plus k, sorry. 0 plus 4, so that's 0, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah. So I plus k. So average equals sum of I plus k divided by k. Because we know the window is always going to be k. No matter what, we know that. If max value is none, or max value is less than new average, we would reassign max value equals new average. Right? 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 I think maybe. I'm actually feeling pretty good about this. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Okay. Okay, so for I in range length nums. Okay, so we're gonna do okay, so if max val is none or max val, oh my gosh, I should rename this because that is not a good name. Max average val. Is or new average. Do I not like the less than sign? Yes, I don't. I don't know why. I don't know why, okay? What just happened? Why is that? Why is that lit up blue? Okay, whatever. Okay. So now, if length of nums minus I is less than k, I don't understand why that is doing what it is doing. Okay, let's see what's going on in chat right now. List out of range error. No. I have it right here, Rython. Also, hey, Rython, you know better than to give code. soup shop? Wait, hold on. I think I'm totally prefix sum and hashing. Barn as a farmer in my next life. Oh my gosh. So they actually have farm schools for like kids now. They have like ranch schools. So baby bunny's bestie from school moved to Europe, and she's going to school on a farm. Like they are taking care of the animals and everything. It's so cool. I'm so jealous. Hi, blank space. The way how I started. I am just watching the way how I started doing Leetcode. What do you mean, Varen? Hi, Lakshay. Me? Like blank space. What am I doing? Seriously? Time limit exceeded? I mean, sure. Rython. Suggestions appreciated, not code. But I took into account I took into account that with sorry. Yeah, if length of numbers minus I is less than K, it returns out. I see, Varen. So I understand. So I can do that, but I guess my question is if I have this down here. So is a ceiling better, or is just like a check like this better? But less intuitive. It was intuitive to me. It was intuitive to me to do that. Okay. I do get the ceiling though. Okay. I do get the ceiling though. Okay. Okay, fine. Fine. Why am I calculating the sub-array average? Because that's what the question asks for. That's what the question asks for. Okay. I'm such a bad streamer. I keep forgetting to update the problems. Okay. So we'll remove this. That's fine. And then we're gonna set the ceiling, which would be... what's the ceiling? Give me a second. Give me a second. It'd be 0 length of numbers minus k, right? But I have to, is it inclusive? Lakshay, I think you are looking at a different code than I am. Yeah. Okay, so it should be length of numbers minus k. Whoops. What did I just do? Sum of nums. I guess it would help if I actually close my parentheses. Oh, that's why. None is not a valid value for expected return type double. Hold on. No, that's not going to work. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. That's not gonna work because hold on. Okay, hold on. Before I do any of this, let me just check how my code is running. Oh wait. Still need to So the ceiling doesn't work if the length is 1, or if the length and the length and k are the same, because that would be 0. None type is new average. Okay, so why is that? Yeah, oh, no, 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 because I plus k. No, that is okay. Just kidding. Just kidding. I have 2 online assessments to do this week that are Leetcode based. The 2 online assessments I have are for decently well-known companies. Yeah. No, no, I know that this is the test case that's giving me errors. So give me a second, guys. Give me a second, okay? They do for online assessments. All of yeah. Give me a second, guys. Okay, anyways, be right back. Be right back. I yes, I'll be right back. Focus. Okay, so 5. Let us do, we're gonna do the ceiling. We'll do 0 minus k. This should also be absolute, right? Yeah, this should be an absolute. Oh wait, I guess that doesn't matter. How does that work though? Because it can't be 0 and 0. Okay, I'm gonna keep it how I have right now and then walk through it. So, fudging A. Baby, go back to sleep. Mommy is watching you. You're safe. Okay, I'll be in soon. Okay, be right back, guys. Okay. Okay. Baby mom. Okay, anyways, since I am distracted right now, I want to show you guys what I've been working on during the day in little spurts that I can. Look, I'm knitting a sock. I'm knitting a sock, guys, and look how cute it is. It's gonna have little ruffles on it. So cute, right? Right? So this has taken me like 4 weeks to get this much done just because that's how much time I have. And look how cute the little ruffles are. So excited. So excited. Okay. I guess okay, so I guess if I were to do the loop, if I were to find this right? If I were to find sum of 0, 0 plus k, and then we would find 0 length of numbers, or actually, sorry, we would do 0 plus 1 length of numbers minus k actually here, watch this. Okay, hold on. None. Okay, so if length of nums equals k, max average val equals there we go. I know. Yeah, Varen, I really enjoy knitting. Getting warmer. It's a baby sock, as in needs to grow into a grown-up sock. Okay. Okay. So what's wrong with the rest of it? Or was that, or is there a delay? Sorry, how long? You're welcome. Length of nums cannot be less than k. It's in the constraints. Oh, wait. Yeah. Length of nums cannot be less than k. Right here. Am I reading that wrong? Am I reading this wrong? This isn't easy. See, but I'm getting better about reading the constraints now. Like, I'm getting better about reading the constraints now. Ah, perfect. Okay, so test case. I don't know why I copied that one. Yeah, I was reading some of the people that were saying that too. That Oh my gosh, wait, guys, did I actually do something? Test case 3, k equals 90. I'm confused, like 3 as in an array of 3? Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? 0. Yeah, you're right, because okay, sum of nums. Thanks, Python. I don't know. I just copied and pasted. Oh, thanks so much for the follow, Goth Booty Goblin. Who have used K9 in the test cases? What? Was it 90? Okay, let's try 90. I don't think this is 90 numbers. This isn't 90 numbers, though. Okay, I'm just gonna go for it, guys. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it. I'm terrified. I don't know. Why am I terrified? If it's not right, I can just redo it. Wrong answer. Okay. 112. Okay. Oh, I saw this one in the test cases too. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. Oh. No. Okay. Because this stops at 0. It doesn't get number 1. Okay, I don't... So... I'm going to go back to what I was doing originally and see if that's... If... None is not a... Hold on, what? Why did that not work? Okay, this is where I am going to ask. Hold on. Okay. I think somebody said this earlier. Let's try this. Didn't this... Okay, hold on. So would we want it to start with 1 then? Hold on, guys. I'm gonna hit a focus because... yeah. Be right back. I'm gonna get this. Guys. I'm gonna figure it out. Okay, so find max average. So we have none. So no matter what, we are always going to have it reassigned. No matter what, we will have it reassigned. Because k is less than the length of n. So it can be equal or less than, right? So then we want to start with length of numbers minus k. So I could just do +1. Actually, I could just do +1 and we wouldn't even need this. +1. So ugly. It's so ugly. Okay, so 0. Length of numbers is 1 minus 1 plus 1. So 0 to 1. So new average is sum of I 0 plus 1 divided by k. This should reassign so we wouldn't need the 0 anymore. Ah. Instead of slicing every time, use a window sum. Okay, so window sum. Let's read this and oh, that makes sense. Because we know that K is always going to be, and then we don't want to slice it every time. Okay. Okay. Okay, so max average value. Let's go back here. Okay, so we have the number, and then we start at 0 and we end at K. So window sum is that sum. So then what we would do is, that makes sense. We're doing sliding windows, so we will want to use windows, not slices. Haha. Okay. So we would want to move through the window. What we would do is, let's say, so we start with that. That's the sum. So we would have K equals 4, right? And then so we start the window with that particular sum. And then we would start with, because this is very similar to the last one. Because if we have, so if we start with I equals 4 now, because we have 0, 1, 2, 3. So then we would want to move this one and then subtract that one. So we want here, we will want I equals 4 and then subtract I minus K, which would equal 0. Which equals 0. So this is... And I know Turing asked me earlier when I wanted to start the loop. There we go. Okay, so window sum. So first loop equals k. Sorry. So we have k equals 4. First loop. Start at the next index after the window. Start at the next index after the window. Where I equals k, because we already found first window. Okay, so then we would add nums I to the sum and then subtract I minus k k. Max average. Okay, so for first loop, start at the next index after the window where I equals k. This slides the window over. Find the average of this window if greater than max average sign. Okay, and then keep in mind if length of nums minus I less than k return. Okay, so let's try this then. Let's try this. Yeet and repeat, guys. Yeet and repeat. Okay, so sum of n max average equals window sum divided by k. Okay, so we don't need that. So for I in range of k till length of nums. Oh wait, that's slice. Length of nums minus k. I think I'm still back at the same issue. Okay. I don't like that. That doesn't look intuitive to me. I know that you guys said it's more intuitive, easier to read. I personally, this makes more sense to me right now. So we would have our window sum would add nums I to it, but then subtract nums I minus k, because we're adding the next number, we're adding this number, but we're removing this number now. Average equals window sum divided by max average. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Divide by k. If new average is greater than max average, max average equals new average. Max average. Indent block for oh my gosh. Silly mistakes, silly mistakes. Submitting too frequently. Okay. Okay. None is not. What the heck? Still here. Okay, hold on. This is a lot. Wow. Lino, I do, but not when I'm in focus mode. Hi, sending. Hold on. For large case, some will become expensive. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. It's not uncommon for size 1 minus size 2 plus 1. It looks so bleh. Okay. I forgot indentation. Venom. I have online assessments and I'm so out of practice. Okay. None type is not a valid value for the return. Okay. This is still 1. This is still not okay. Okay, it's because if length of nums equals 1, max return max what am I doing? Return sum of nums. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Rython. That would really help. Then we don't need this. You're grinding your assignments? What are you working on? Okay, this got really, really, really messy. Hold on, let's clean this up. Okay, we're gonna try submitting it. Oh my god. Wait, how did I fail? What? So I failed a test case I originally passed. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. +1. I think that +1 is going to haunt me. Because this is still the same issue as before, right? Okay, hold on. I need to figure out where this average is happening. Print new average. So print I, comma, new average. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For I. So it never gets past the first one. Why is it not getting past the first one? The length of numbers is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 and I is... Wait, how is I 7? How is I7? I'm so confused right now. For I in range. Okay, sorry. Okay. Wait. Hi, Amir. Hi, William. Theory assignment for mobile computing. That sounds complicated. Hey, Rython, give me a second. I'm trying to figure out where my code broke. I know I probably have things I don't need right now in here, but my code is broken up here. So, so my loop starts at K because I did a window sum up here. But right now, okay, so Y is why is this not looping? Does it ever get... Eight. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is 8. Oh my gosh, I don't need this. No. I don't need this. This is screwing me up. Because 8 to here. And we want to continue to go here. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. There we go. Oh my gosh. Amir, thank you so much for supporting my hopes to own ice rink. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. Okay. Okay, so I broke my code with my... Because now... Yeah, because we want I to go to the last number. We want I to go to the last number because we've already cut the first number. So I needs to get added. Oh my goodness. That was my super ridiculous error. There we go. There we go. Okay. I think, or actually, is there more? Does it tell me more challenges? Do I want to do a hard? Not really. I'm still trying to just get the hang of longest nice substring. Hey, Turing, do you have one that you recommend that I do? Convex home, don't do it. The sound, it just sounds scary already anyways. Oh my goodness. Substrings. What are substrings versus subarrays? I think substrings were the ones that doesn't need to be consecutive, right? Oh, just kidding. Substring. Okay, okay, okay. Duh, substring uses strings. Yeah. Duh. Okay. But no, seriously, what should I do with two occurrences? Valid parentheses. I think I've done that one. Yeah, I think I did that one before. Yeah, I've done that one before. Do I remember it? Probably not, but is this sub sliding window? I think so. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. This one I actually was able to figure out on by myself. Oh, there are similar questions. Okay, hold on. Maximum length substring. Maximum average substring. Similar questions. Why is it showing that I didn't do this one? Yes, I did. Similar questions. Contains duplicate. Okay. How long? Yes, I am going to just keep calling you Howling. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. I have to call you Howling. That's how I know you in my brain. Thanks, Howling. I appreciate it. Hand place flowers. Oh, this kind of looks like the fruit picker one. Okay, we'll do this one. Hey, hey, I have always gone by Bunny, okay? Even when my name was Ambivalent Bunny, I've always gone by Bunny. Is it in the max value with a small value? Valid parentheses is too easy. Turing. Turing. Okay. Oops. Oops. Okay. Nothing is too easy. Maybe for you. Okay, I have a long flower bed in which some of the plots are planted and some are not. However, flowers cannot be planted in adjacent plots. Oh my gosh. So it might take a lot of time, but you won't have AI during assessments. So you have to know how to do it when you are either doing a technical interview or else an online assessment. So no AI. Okay, so Howling, am I going to really dislike you after this problem? Okay, you have a long flower bed. Also, I realized I have not been oh, dang it. Posting my solutions. Oh wait, nobody put it in Leetcode? What is this? This was maximum sub array. 643. Missions. You disliked you? Oh my goodness. If you are nothing, you don't? Oh my goodness, right on. At least be nice about it. Oolong. Oh, thanks so much for the follow, Simon. Okay. Focusing. Not really. Doing a pretty bad job about focusing. I guess the one thing with Baby Bunny not really sleeping the best is that she tends to sleep in a little bit later now. Like, instead of waking up at 7 a.m., she will. Why are we writing in stream code, guys? We have a Leetcode channel. We have a Leetcode channel, guys. Wait, what? Ah. Wait, what? Really? Okay, but boba isn't just okay. So here's the thing. Boba isn't just tea. Boba is also like juice or smoothie. Tea is tea, and boba is also the name of the topping. Okay, I'm going to send you. There's a children's book about it, okay? There's a children's book about it. Yes, boba is also tapioca pearls, but boba is also considered the drink, and the drink doesn't necessarily have to be tea. It can be shakes, or it can be juice, or it can be, um, what do you call it? Mocha. I have this book. I love boba. I love boba. Bilingual book. Here. No, it doesn't have to always have the boba pearls, because I don't like boba. I don't like boba, okay? Like I can have it, but I don't like too much of it. And I feel like places always give way too much. And then yeah, I'd rather just enjoy and savor my drink. But I'm also one of those people that doesn't drink the whole drink in one sitting. It takes me like 2 days to drink the drink. So if you leave the boba in it overnight, it's gross. I'm also guessing that you don't have very good boba by your place. Okay, I really need to buckle down and do this. And I have a feeling I'm going to get very upset with you. Just kidding. I couldn't get upset with you, but I might give you a stern word or two in Discord. Grr. Okay. My hubby does. And then also, I remember in high school, we used to have like boba wars where we would take the boba and then you would just like run around and play similar to paintball with the boba and you would just like shoot each other with the boba. Ah, okay. I don't know if they do that anymore. Okay, be right back, guys. I'm gonna read and I'm gonna break this down. And yeah. You have a long flower bed in which some of the plots are planted and some are not. However, flowers cannot be planted in adjacent plots. Given an integer array containing zeros and ones, where zero means empty and one means not empty, and an integer n, return true if n new flowers can be planted in the flower bed without violating the non-adjacent flowers rule. Okay, so initially my thought is that we would find the longest. Wait. Given an integer array containing zeros and ones where. So I guess the question is. Okay, before I get started, I'm going to stop this. I want to know. Okay, so I want to know, can the flower bed look like this? Oh, what? Hold on. Oh no, thanks so much for the raid. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. But thanks for shouting out, Chrono. Doing okay. Can somebody answer this question though? Can this happen? So let's say I have what is it supposed to be? It's supposed to be n equals 2. Okay. If I have n equals 2, right? Am I able to is this something I will see? Ugh. Okay. My baby is whimpering right now. Okay, I'm gonna think of the unoptimized way, and then I'll think about the optimized way. So the way I see it right now. Oh, nice, nice. I I haven't even like studied for behavioral prep just because I can't even make it past online assessments right now. So we'll see. We'll see. Hey, see, Chrono called you howling too. It's not just me, okay? It's not just me. At least when I changed my name, I changed it to something completely different. Okay, okay. No, no, I no. You can be named whatever you want to be named. I just may not call you what you want to be named at this moment because I will keep calling you Howling until one day it will click that it's how long. Okay, anyways, I'm going to walk through this really, really quickly and um okay, so let's do focus mode. So if we have something like sorry, we're going to do the smallest as well. Test cases. Test cases. Small test case, right? Smaller test case. Okay, and then also we have okay. So right now, so we would check. Okay, so we know. Okay, so we know right now every one is adjacent. So my thought is we have a sliding window of 2. So we know that we have either 1, 0. I mean, okay, my thought process is literally going through each one, okay? And then so we have 1. So we for loop, right? We go to the first one. It's 1. Okay. So that's the previous and then we go to the next one and that's 0. Okay. So if previous equals 0 and the next one equals 0, then we can add a flower and then we would subtract that flower from n. And then we would move on to, oh no, just kidding. I need to keep track of 3. So I would need to keep track of 3. No, 4. 4? Oh my gosh. Howling. Howling. What are you having me do right now? So I would need to keep track of 4, right? And as long as there's only 1 flower in it. And then sorry, I'm like all over the place right now. So we're gonna do a dictionary, right? And then we have so we have 1 and then we have a count of 1 and then we have 0 and we have a count of 3. Let's 0 count of 3. So count of 1. Hold on. Okay, so we have count of 0, count of 1. So then we are going to have 1, 1, and then 0, count of 2. So that's 1, 0, 0. So if the count of if the count of 0 is 3 and the flower and 1 is 1, we can add a flower. As long as the count of 0 is 3 and 1 is 1, we can add a flower. So once we add a flower, so this is 1, 0, 1. Sorry, 0, 0. So once we add a flower, we have 1, 0, 1, 0. So what we would want to do is when we add the flower, so when we add the flower, we take 0 away. Okay, now we have this, and then we want to shift our window over. So we would also remove 1 flower and then 1, 0. Right? And then so we would have 1, 1, and then 0, 0, 1. So 1, 0. And then we would go on to the next one, which is 1. So then we would again shift 2. So if we have 1, if we meet a flower, remove 1 flower and 1. Oh, that's assuming though that oh, okay. So if we have 0 and then we have 1, no matter what, we can always, or if we have 0, 0, 0, if we have 3 zeros, we can always add a flower. But I guess for the first one too, we can also, if we have howling, oh my gosh. If we have 0, 0, 1, we can add a flower too. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Howling. My poor baby is whimpering right now, okay? To be honest, I'm not much of a flower girl anyways. They actually make me really sad because like you give something and they wilt. Or you give something in a pot and if you're like me, you can't keep anything alive and they wilt. So, I'm not much of a flower plant person as much as I appreciate them. Like personally for me, they make me sad. Okay. So we actually only need to keep track of the zeros. Okay, so if we meet a flower, remove um zero. Okay. Oh, my focus mode was still on. Okay, so I think if we meet a flower and we already have a flower, remove one flower. So if so some edge cases are if no one in dictionary at all, right? Keep in mind, if no flower in dictionary, so if no flower in dictionary, and have at least 2 0, we can plant a flower. Because, yeah, as long as there's 2, we can plant a flower. So then that would become 1 0. If no flower in dictionary and already have 1 or have 0 dictionary, we can plant a flower. And then okay, and then we would have 1 0. 1 1 0 1. Okay, so let's say we have 0 0. So here Hey, what did your original name stand for? Like howling fan to data science. That's what I read it as. But it could, is it like a band, or I live under a rock, so okay. So if it's like this, then the dictionary will look like 0, and then we would be able to add, let's say, 1 here. What book? Howling. Okay, wait, what is this book about? Hold on. A prominent dedicated face representing an intense feeling of fear or repulsion. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, I want to hear more. I want to hear more about that, but not right now. I want to finish this. I'm gonna give myself 30 minutes, and if I'm not done with this in 30 minutes, then I'm gonna call it and go to sleep. $1,001, we cannot plant. We can plant for 001 or 100, yes. No, that sounds like a really, really good book. Hi, core functions. No, that sounds like a really good book. I might have to read that. Um, but yeah, okay. Okay, guys, hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay, so how would we figure this out? So I feel like as soon as we get to a 1, we should clear out the dictionary no matter what. Like as soon as we have 2 1s, right? Yeah, as soon as we have, so my idea is flowers. Clear everything out of it. Okay, so first step. So if no dictionary So as long as, so actually, hold on. As long as there's not another 0. Okay. So hold on. So we have 0, 0, 0, 1. So we go here first. We don't know if we can plant yet. So we're going to go to the next one. Okay, we can plant. So that means we have this. Hey, it looks like a smiley face. So then we would plant a flower. And then we would keep 0. We wouldn't even worry about adding this to the dictionary. So we go again. 0. No, okay. Just kidding. So we would have to at least check the first 3 if they're all 0s. So if they're all 0s, 1, 2, 3. So we know, okay, so we have 3. We can plant at least 1 flower, right? And then we remove the 3. So this is 3. And then now this becomes 2 zeros. 1, 2. And then we get to the flower and we cannot plant so as long as it's 3, we add a flower. And then we have, so then we would have okay. So right now we have 1, 2, 3. So we have 0 is 3. Oh, okay. So let's say we have this. Okay, I can see it in my head. I don't know if I can verbalize it. So we're gonna try. So I have my flowers, right? And yes, I am trying to think of an edge case right now because that is what I'm fixated on. So we are going to look at the first. We're going to look at the first one. Is it, and we add it to the dictionary. So we have 0, 1. We look at the next one. If we have a 0 already, that means that we can, and there's no 1, we can add a flower. Okay. Then we go to the next one. Sorry. So this would be 1, 0. Oh God. 1, 1, 0, 1. Because a flower can be here, right? And then we have another pot. So this is 1, 1, 0, 2. And then here's another pot. We see that we have 2 zeros. So we know that we can add another flower. So that would be And then once we add the flower, then we would remove tracking these two. So we would remove 1, a 0. If we have a flower planted already, we need the empty plots to be at least 3, if not at the end of the array, right? Oops. If not at the end of the array. If at the end of array, if at the end, the beginning or end of array, we just need 2 zeros. Yeah, culinary. No, that's what I'm thinking about. So then when I reach a flower, reset the dictionary to 1 flower and 0. No, I don't know. I don't know if we're back. Because it's showing green. It's showing green, but my... Oh, okay, okay. Dropped frames are dropping. Dropped frames are going down. Hi, Brown. It's showing stream. Okay, okay, okay. Let me do this so quick. So quick. Okay. Am I on the right track at least, guys? And by guys, I mean how long and Turing. Or am I at least on the right track? Kinda. Okay. I'm not gonna worry about the edge cases right now. So right now, if I have 2 and we're at the end. Okay, hold on. I'm going to reset this because this got kind of... Okay, I'm going to write it out. I'm overcomplicating it. Okay, so basically, I am going to go down the list, right? Go down the list slash flower bed. Check if previous go down flower bed. So we're at index 1. We have a flower. We go to the next index. We have a current previous hi time. If prev can only add flower if plot equals 3. I know there are edge cases. We'll address later. Can only add flower if plot is 3. So if we add a flower, then okay, I'm gonna just call it a night. It's getting late. I still need to brush my teeth, and my baby is in and out of sleep. I know, right? Okay, so I'll be back tomorrow. I will keep working on this. Yeah, I'll keep working on this. If you guys would like to work on it, I will make a thread in Leetcode. Create thread 0605. I'm probably not going to look at this. So I'm not going to look at this, but if you guys want to post it, go for it. What was I going to say? Aw, I should have a tuck-in, huh? Okay, thanks guys for hanging out with me. It took 2 hours to do 4 hours to do 2 easies. I mean, technically, maybe 3 hours to do 2 easies, which is not good. Not good, but I already know I don't like windows. They're sliding windows slide out of my hands. I appreciate you all. Have a good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, bye.